Jasha, I've recently realized that there's a few people who listen to the podcast who do not like Godzilla Battle Line.
Are we really going to talk about Godzilla Battle Line? I feel like that's all the show is at the moment.
There have been a few episodes out there where we've briefly skimmed by.
I don't think we've been brief.
I think we need to do a deep dive intro into Godzilla Battle Line and where we're at currently.
Before we do a deep dive, do you remember 2021, the birth of Podzilla? I pick up a little Godzilla mobile game and I am absolutely mocked by my brother for playing it.
That was Godzilla Defense Force.
Similar game.
No, entirely different game. This is 100% better game. Jasha, first off, Godzilla Battle Line news. You saw the poll that we did, the poll that they did on Twitter a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so everyone listening who isn't acutely aware and following Godzilla Battle Line.
If you don't know about Godzilla Battle Line lore, download it, play a few rounds, catch up on the Twitter, then come back. It's worth it.
But they did a poll. They do polls on their Twitter account for like, hey, which new monster would you like to have added into the game? Here are like 12 choices. Vote for your favorite.
First off, there were quite a few picks here. I'm not going to say them all, but which one did you vote for?
I voted for my boy, Varan. Imagine Varan in a mobile Godzilla game.
He's been in a few of these polls before and nobody picks him. He actually came 5th place out of the 11 this time.
Yeah.
Which was good.
I'm proud of him.
I voted for my boy, Singular Point Anguirus.
You haven't even seen Singular Points. I don't know why you're voting for Singular Point Anguirus.
There's like 5 Ghidorahs in the game now, like 10 Godzillas, and only 1 Anguirus.
There's no Varans. There's no Varans.
True. Who would win this poll but for Super Mechagodzilla?
So this is Heisei Mechagodzilla,
which is already in the game.
Who is already in the game as a playable unit. And yet the winner, who everyone voted to be in the game, is Super Mechagodzilla, which is literally just Mechagodzilla that's already in the game with the Garuda on his back.
Yeah.
As a new unit. Over Varan.
That's right.
Over Orga. Over Anguirus. Over Atragon.
Over Megalon.
Over Megalon, who's not in the game.
Over Kumonga. Over... Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Fury Mothra.
P fans... Do you realize the state of the Godzilla fandom? If people are voting for Super Mechagodzilla to be in the game, just another Mechagodzilla. There's already all the others. Over so many cool, unique choices. We need P fans to rise up, download Godzilla Battle Line, and make some informed voting decisions.
Yeah, that's right.
I literally can't believe it. And who came second in that poll? Like another Godzilla?
Yeah, Godzilla from Millennium with the purple spines.
We literally have every Godzilla from every movie already in the game. Megalon's not in the game.
Dude. Megalon's not in the game.
Varan's not in the game. All my Varan heads out there, you'll feel my pain with me.
The Atragon wasn't in the game. It is now.
Not as a playable unit, but as a studio set decoration.
Apparently, most of the Japanese fandom is just super excited about Heisei. So they see their sights on a Heisei figure. They're like, that has to be in the game. Even though it's already a Mechagodzilla that we've already seen. The thing I really wanted to talk about was the new Shadow Drop Battle Line unit release a few days ago. The star of the new season.
Okay.
Monster X.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard this name briefly mentioned in the wind passing by my house.
Yeah.
On a Friday night.
Monster X.
I only just realized that is Millennium's. Is it Ghidorah? It's a Ghidorah.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Kaiser Ghidorah?
I cannot confirm
Jason, who is Kaiser Ghidorah?
Or deny who or what Monster X is. Until we get to Godzilla Final Wars, which is a while away. The end of the Millennium series.
This thing looked so out of place to me.
Yeah.
I'm literally looking at pictures of it right now. Who is this Kaiser Ghidorah?
I don't know, bro. I cannot confirm nor deny who Kaiser Ghidorah is.
And I just wanted to ask as well, who are you currently missing in Godzilla Battle Line?
Dream Battle Line unit?
Because we both have nearly every single unit.
Ah, you mean like who? Yeah.
First off, who is your dream unit?
I want little Godzilla in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my dream unit. He's not in the game yet.
Good pick. I'd pick Skeleturtle.
Skeleturtle?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good pick. Giant Condor would also be good.
Giant Condor.
But for those who aren't aware, Godzilla Battle Line is like a collectible. It's almost like a deck builder with
It's
Godzilla
like a-
monsters.
It's like a gacha game, but saying that comes with some weird connotations. Like, it's not hard to get the characters. You do not need to pay to win.
Yeah, but you collect.
Slightest.
No, you don't. It's actually really good. You like collect characters. You use a whole lot of strategy depending on who you have in your team. The one character I need left is Monsterverse King Ghidorah.
Mm.
What about you?
And that was the event of last month.
Yes.
I got Monsterverse King Ghidorah.
I can't believe it.
I don't have Monster X yet, but I will get him in like 20 minutes if I log onto the app.
And use your battle pass,
Use
which
my
you
battle
bought.
pass because I bought because it was worth it and I like the cosmetics. And I want to
But
support.
it's not
I want to support the team, Jasha.
But it's not a proper gacha game, guys. It's not a proper gacha.
You don't
game.
need to pay to win. But I need Zeton from the new Shin Ultraman movie. Maybe a villain of Ultraman's past.
Famous Godzilla character Zeton.
Yeah. All this to say,
Yeah.
guys, in a month's time, in a cinema near us, a 2-hour drive away, we found a showing for Shin Ultraman.
All this battle line talk to say, hey, we're probably seeing Shin Ultraman in theaters in 2 weeks, guys.
Can you see this anywhere else?
I don't think you can in New Zealand. We could probably buy the Blu-ray from overseas if we really wanted to, or track it down.
Or we could go watch it in the cinema knowing nothing about Ultraman.
Yeah.
Didn't you start watching Ultraman?
I started watching Ultra Q, which is the predecessor. Was predecessor before? Yeah.
Yes.
Predecessor for Ultraman that features all of Ultraman's enemies, but not Ultraman himself.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Get ready.
Will we eventually have an Ultraman season or seasons?
I cannot confirm.
There's
nor
like
deny.
100. There's like 100 Ultraman different media.
I cannot confirm nor deny whether or not that is in our planning document as of right now. And guys, I just want to let you all know we are not sponsored by Godzilla Battle Line, but we pray every night that we someday will be. So if you've got any
That's our
connections,
dreams.
please
use Google Translate and message in Japanese the Twitter Battle Line account.
yes. Hey, let the Podzilla boys be ambassadors for your brand.
Have the Podzilla boys as units in the game.
Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Masura.
No, wrong episode, Dasha. That's next episode. Next one, man.
Yeah. Hey guys. Hey listeners.
I feel like you've botched this already, Jasha. This is the penultimate episode of Hey Say. This is what it's all been leading up to. You need to come in roaring.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me redo that. Godzilla dies. That's right.
Why'd you put an R in Godzilla's name?
Wait. Let me redo this. I become death. Destoroyah of worlds. That's right, guys. It's Godzilla versus Destoroyah.
I wanna preface this whole episode. I know that his name is Destoroyah.
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 Godzilla versus Destoroyah.
That is because in Japanese, his name sounds more like Destoroyah. For this whole episode, I'm going to call him Destroyer, because that's what I've always called him, and on all of the wikis, that is an alias of his.
And he's named after the oxygen destroyer.
And that's what they call him in the movie. They say,
Yeah.
hey, he's Destroyer.
Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I'm not for this Destoroyah.
I'm going to stick with Destoroyah. That's how I'm going to say his name throughout the whole episode. I'm going to play it straight.
Okay. The straight man.
Yep. So that's us, guys. Godzilla versus Destoroyah. It's going to be a good episode. The last Godzilla Heisei movie. We just finished watching the DVD of this thing. We're still sitting on the couch. We're not in the studio. We thought, hey, this is going to be a big episode. We need to be comfy. We'll probably be here for hours talking about this movie.
Yeah.
But before we get into things, Micah, do we have any Godzilla news? I'm hungry.
Oh, we're doing this at the start?
I'm hungry for some Godzilla
No way.
news.
Jasha, there's a few things. I've got a list here. Okay. First off, Skull Island.
Yeah, the Kong
Netflix show, animated show, just released this past week.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I have not watched it.
Neither have I.
I was thinking, I was excited to watch it. And I was seeing everyone's reactions in our Discord. Heaps of people loving it, talking about the show. I was about to press play, but I was like, you know what? Let's save it for the show. You know, we'll be there in like a year or so.
Yeah. My biggest takeaways.
Okay.
One, I cannot wait until we're caught up with Godzilla and then we can just watch these things as they come out.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
That's the dream. Two, I know that this might be spoilers if you haven't seen it, but I've heard that the ending of this sets up a season 2.
Is that true?
That is true.
Wow.
And 3, there is apparently a new Kraken kaiju.
Yeah, I did see old Kraken.
So we have Giant Octopus and
Titan.
Kraken.
It's a Titan.
It's a Titan.
Yeah. The
Is-
monsterverse name for kaiju.
Is it canon to the Monsterverse?
I assume so. I think it is. To be honest, I'm just stoked this thing's out because there was a period of time when like this thing was first announced, and it feels like a year went past and we had nothing except a footprint in the sand.
And then it just spiraled down so fast.
And then all of a sudden, trailer, and then it's coming out. So I'm excited for it. Let us know. Jump into the Discord if you're not in it. Let us know. Email us through. Would love to hear your thoughts. We'll get to it someday, guys. We'll get to it someday.
Next piece of news. You remember how a little while back they had, hey, this is Megalon's 25th anniversary. They did a little bit of marketing around that.
Yes.
On Twitter.
It's Godzilla versus Megalon, the movies.
Yes.
50th anniversary this year?
50th? I want to say yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Did I say 25th?
I don't know. I think it's just...
It's the 50th anniversary. Yeah. Cool stuff. But they also announced, hey, this is technically Jaguar's 50th anniversary as well.
Yeah.
So Toho has officially announced that they are making a crowdfunded Jet Jaguar and Godzilla short. So they're starting crowdfunding at June 26. If you go onto... Is it Kickstarter?
No, it's like their own website. Fundraiser's started already, right?
Fundraiser is started by the time this episode has come out.
Yeah.
And it is to release at the Godzilla Festival later this year.
November.
And it will feature a newly recreated version of the 1973 Jet Jaguar suit. How cool is that?
Really cool. I was reading as well, and they said once this thing gets funded and made, they're going to have like a suit actor there at G-Fest in this suit, and they're going to have someone in the Gigan suit that they made last year, and they're going to be able to like give high fives to the kids.
How
and
cool is that?
Reenact scenes and stuff.
And if you help to crowdfund this short, I believe your name gets put in the credits.
Yeah, it does, and you get a Blu-ray. I tried to sign up for this thing. I was like VPNing in. I was translating the site. I was putting my details. You need a valid Japanese address. And I didn't get far enough because I couldn't get past that. So I don't know if you need like a Japanese credit card. Maybe a PayPal works. Who knows? Do they have PayPal or use it in Japan?
There'd probably be a way to try contact somebody with an address or use a random site or something. If any of you have a Japanese address, let us know.
Please. It'd be so cool to have, your name in the credits of an official Godzilla live action short.
Yeah.
Be pretty awesome.
We also have news. Pluto TV. This is a streaming network.
A free streaming service in the States.
Not in New Zealand.
No.
But they have announced that the vast majority, 99% of Godzilla media is going to be available on this platform, which is really cool.
Yeah, and I think it went live, the Godzilla channel on Pluto earlier this week. And unfortunately, I don't think it met everyone's expectations, because they said they were going to have every Heisei movie on there, right? But it's like the bad dubbed versions of the Heisei movies.
Yeah.
And they said they were going to have like the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy, and that hasn't shown up there yet.
I know that both the Hanna-Barbera,
Hanna-Barbera,
the Hanna-Barbenheimer, and the 1998 animated series as well are missing from that as well.
Really?
So there's still a few things to get on there.
Yeah, interesting.
And some of the other movies are dubbed, like the 2000 Godzilla. Pretty cool stuff, though. That opens Godzilla up to the wider mainstream audience, which is always a good thing. The other big piece of news, Jasha. There are, when the time this episode drops, 6 more days.
Yeah, baby.
Until the new Godzilla movie is announced. We talked about how they're doing their little countdown on Twitter.
Japanese movie. Yeah.
Yeah, this is by Toho. Query Suitmation?
Hopefully. Maybe. We don't know.
But it's going to be its own little thing set. Maybe before the 54 Godzilla? Maybe. All will be revealed by the time our next episode comes out. We might even do a little reaction to it.
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
In the meantime,
who knows what happens when this countdown stops? Is there going to be a poster? Is there going to be a title announcement? Is there going to be a trailer?
I think they'll do a trailer.
That'd be cool, right?
It'll be a full-on reveal of G-Day Godzilla set in World War One. I'm calling it.
You're calling the title G-Day right now?
Yeah.
Using your psychic powers you learned at the Psychic Institute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how far away are we? It's July. We got August, September, October. Pretty much like 4 months.
It's coming close, and they still haven't released anything. So this is going to be where it all comes together.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see something, anything, please, something at all. Give me a little bit of what this movie is.
Let's forget about that for now, though.
Yeah.
We've been gabbing for too long.
Yeah, we have. What is this? On to the main event. Godzilla versus Destoroyah. Micah, can you...
Destroyer.
Godzilla versus Destoroyah. Yeah. What is this movie about?
Jasha, it's a major monster meltdown. A burning Godzilla on the verge of meltdown emerges to lay siege to Hong Kong. At the same time, horrifying new organisms are discovered in Japan. These crustacean-like beings are seemingly born of the Oxygen Destroyer, the weapon that killed the original Godzilla back in 1954. Chuck in a Godzilla Jr. that has now been radiated to the point of being just as big as Godzilla, and you're in for the ride. Oh, but don't forget, Godzilla will die. I just want to point out, Dash, I'm on Letterboxd right now.
Yeah, where your whole synopsis was from. What happened to old Micah synopsis. Writing paragraphs worth of synopsi?
Synopsi. I'm looking right now. You have seen this movie before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we both have.
I think I've seen portions of it at least. But you have a rating here.
Do I?
Jasha's given this a preemptive 4.5 Oxygen Destroyers?
Is that what we're going with?
That's the original. That's what we did for our first episode.
Yeah, you're right.
We're doing it again.
Which year was that?
It says you've rated this 4 times.
Probably
Once
true.
in December 2002, which is absolutely not correct. Most recently in 2019, which is also not correct.
No. I think I backlogged things when I first jumped onto Letterboxd. I was like, Godzilla vs. Destroyer. This was a classic. I probably watched this about 4 times.
All this to say, you have good memories of this movie.
I watched this heaps growing up. I think this movie, Destroyer, And
he said it. He said it.
sorry, this movie, Destoroyah, is alongside Son of Godzilla, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, and probably Godzilla versus Megaguirus. Those are probably the ones that we had like on repeat at home, and I'll just always chuck on or would watch with dinner or yeah. So I've fond memories of this one. I remember being terrified of this, absolutely terrified of the way Destoroyah looks.
He's freaky.
Just that extra mouth coming out.
He's scary.
Yeah.
This is probably. I feel like this is next to the most body horror that Godzilla has had so far.
You're forgetting Bambi meets Godzilla.
I feel like it's definitely the most brutal.
Yeah. We've had a lot of brutal Godzilla now, though. Like, it's not it used to be like whoa, there's blood. But now it's like, oh yeah, there's the blood.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. It's pretty scary.
Well, even like Destroyer being almost based off of Alien and Xenomorphs.
This is it. There's a scene straight out of Aliens, pretty much, in this, when you got all the army guys running into like this complex and they're being attacked by a barrage of Destoroyah larvae.
Destoroyah.
But do you have any memories of this? Because you would have seen it as well.
Yeah, I remember there's a scene in this movie where they see some footage of fish being eaten in the water, and they take like the FBI CIA camera that can zoom in 50 times and clear up images. They look at a little red speck and then they clear it up to 4K and then make a 3D model out of it. And they see there's like these little crustaceans.
So good.
Microscopic crustaceans. I remember that. I remember the general idea of crabs, which isn't really a thing in here. But I also remember the security guard in the aquarium.
Yeah.
Looking around and seeing all the rotten fish piled up around him.
Yeah.
I don't remember too much else. I didn't even know in this movie that Godzilla Jr. had like a proper Godzilla form.
Yeah, man. He's not little anymore. Let's get properly into the movie, because this is a huge one. And I think this is probably, out of the Heisei era movies, the most like not really memorable, but the most recognizable. Everyone knows the look of Burning Godzilla.
This film is really a hallmark in the chronology of Godzilla. And to the point where like it's become so well known that people see Destroyer as Godzilla's main rival, even more so than like King Ghidorah has been.
Yeah.
Even though King Ghidorah fights him in every single era, and Destroyer's only seen him this once.
He's in one movie, and he becomes like the biggest, meanest enemy Godzilla's ever had.
Jason, why do you think that is?
Well, it's because Destroyer kills Godzilla.
Does he though?
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like this movie is marketed a bit iffy. Because our main plot is that Godzilla has become nuclear.
Yeah. He's gonna China Syndrome the whole world.
Good movie. Guys, watch China Syndrome. It's a good movie.
But he's a walking, not quite talking nuclear reactor that's about to like break down and explode the whole world. It's said that.
Actually, if you don't know what China Syndrome is, it's like a kind of fantastical theoretical idea that if a nuclear meltdown happened, there would be nothing to stop the nuclear waste from tunneling to the center of the Earth and through the Earth, digging all the way to China. Obviously, it wouldn't get that crazy, but
is that what it means?
That's why it's called China Syndrome. Yeah,
that's
because there's nothing to stop nuclear waste.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing about this movie was if Godzilla explodes, or if he burns, or if he melts down, the whole Earth will be engulfed with flames. It'll be the end of the world. He'll like start the apocalypse, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. So right off the bat of the movie, we have burning Godzilla, like pulsating lava inside of him, smoke coming out from everywhere, just walking through cities.
This is great. I love that they start a Godzilla film with this unique idea that we haven't seen before, like Godzilla is more powerful than he's ever been, to the point that he's destroying himself,
Yeah.
which is so cool. And it already sets a different tone than the other ones, because all the rest of these movies have just been, hey, Godzilla's here. If he's good or if he's bad, it doesn't matter. There's somebody else to try and hurt him or kill him.
Yeah. And I also like the fact that, I mean, it's like it's a bit on the nose, right? But Godzilla initially, and has always been, this metaphor for nuclear weapons.
Yes.
Hiroshima, right? Just utter nuclear destruction.
Yeah.
And it's to the point now where it's not even a metaphor. He is a walking nuclear bomb who's about to explode and destroy the whole world with nuclear radiation.
Which I will say is so ironic because, Godzilla's created by man-made nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Those nuclear weapons created Godzilla from a dinosaur, which then made him into a nuclear weapon that will wipe out humanity. It's flipped it all on its head.
Yeah. Full circle. Full circle. And then you've got Destoroyah, who, as you teased before, is the result of the actual oxygen destroyer, the weapon that killed Godzilla in the original movie, coming into contact with some prehistoric crustacean things. So the whole premise of this movie pretty much is literal nuclear weapon versus literal oxygen destroyer.
It's 1954 too, baby. We're doing this again. This is Godzilla Rides Again.
Yeah, it's literally the original movie, but like on steroids. Like the original movie, but it's burning up, baby.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
crazy.
And can I just say as well, this look for Godzilla, so iconic for me because I know you had a figure, you had a toy of this burning Godzilla.
I did.
It was my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
I loved the little see-through orange dorsal plates he had. This Godzilla holds a special place in my heart.
Oh man, I don't even know how they did it, but the Godzilla suit, it is pulsating. They've got some sort of light source in its chest, and they've got actual smoke billowing out of it, and my mind is blown. I just do not understand. I don't understand how this thing is physically real and on my TV screen.
My favorite thing about the suit, like you said, is the smoke coming out of it. Every scene Godzilla's in, he's basically Hedorah at this point.
And whenever he's in the water,
smoke pollution.
Yeah, it's going everywhere. And whenever he's in the water, there's this light surrounding him, following him as he walks.
It leads up to this culmination of a final battle between him and Destoroyah, who is also emitting smoke. So we just have this final battle in the haze, in the fog, in the mist. I love it so much. But Jason, let's take a step back.
Okay.
Yeah, Godzilla's walking through the water. You know the big reveal we have at the start of this movie?
What?
Birth Island.
Bass Island. The same thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we didn't know it was called Birth Island.
No.
Because we just had Japanese subtitles. Birth Island has been destroyed.
Yeah.
From Godzilla and his meltdown.
The island with the beach on it in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla that Little was growing up on, running over mines on. It's gone.
And there's actually a big plot point in this movie that Miki returns, as she has for most of these movies.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel that connection to little Godzilla anymore. And she's really, really worried that he died in this little collapse of Birth Island.
Yeah. So you've got Miki searching for little Godzilla. You've got burning Godzilla, burning, walking all over the place. And then third plot point, which is so cool, you have
Destoroyah.
Yeah, but before that.
Fourth plot point.
No, this Destroyer's part of the third plot point. But that whole thing starts because there is an up-and-coming scientist who has created something called micro-oxygen. And it is alarmingly similar to the oxygen destroyer that Serizawa once created. And so similar, in fact, that the Yamane family get involved with, like, interviewing him and talking to him. And we meet this new generation of the Yamanes from the original movie. Which is just so cool. We have actual characters from the original movie. Emiko from the original movie, same actress.
In here.
She's back.
This is wild. She's a returning actor.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was her for a good minute.
I know. She's old. She looks great. She's watching TV being like, whoa, can't believe the Oxygen Destroyer's back.
Her acting is amazing as well. But her grandson...
No, I don't even think it's her grandson. It's interesting how they went with it, right?
Because they call her grandma.
I don't think it's right. Because original movie, you've got Yamane, who is Emiko's father. You've got Emiko, who is engaged to marry Serizawa, but she breaks that off to be with her other boyfriend, the main guy in the original movie, whose name completely escapes me. And they end up together at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But then also you have this orphan boy who was on the an island.
Yeah, you're right.
Godzilla destroyed, that Yamane adopted. And that boy had 2 kids who are the kids that we follow in this movie, the Yamane kids. One's a reporter now, one's a scientist. But I am very confused about what happened. I guess Emiko and the main guy from Godzilla 1954 didn't end up together because he's not in this.
She has... We see Emiko's house in this movie, and she has multiple portraits of Serizawa.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough, they were close, engaged to be married. He died in a heroic, selfless act.
Yeah.
We do not see anything of her partner.
Yeah. It must not have ended well.
It must not have ended well. And we don't see anybody else, any other actors from the original movie.
No.
But seeing Emiko is a treat.
Yeah, and we see photos of Yamane as well. We see flashbacks to the original movie in black and white. It looks so cool. I'm just stoked that we have a connection. It literally feels like it's so ingenious. Bringing it full circle, the Heisei era comes to a close, circling back to the original movie, playing off the themes of the original movie, bringing the characters back, bringing the Oxygen Destroyer back.
I didn't realize that he was called Destoroyah because he was related to the Oxygen Destroyer.
Yeah.
That took me too long.
Yeah, it's just so cool. It's awesome.
It's great. So we have Yukari Yamane and Kenichi Yamane in this movie.
Yes.
What did you think of these 2 characters?
They're okay.
Yeah.
They didn't do much. They didn't have much character in the slightest.
I think this was one of the things that made this movie a little bit less, in my opinion, is that they hype up the Yamane family.
Yeah.
They barely do anything.
No.
Kenichi is a young college student who wrote a whole thesis about the anatomy of Godzilla.
Yep.
And that was picked up by the Japanese Defense Force. And they bring him on to help deal with the threat of Godzilla.
He joins G Summit.
Great name.
Yeah.
And what's his idea? I want to say that he does more than he actually does, but I believe that all he really says is that they should keep Destroyer around to try and kill Godzilla.
He comes in, he dumps a whole load of exposition about Godzilla burning, little Godzilla's probably dead, Destroyer, let's keep him around to fight Godzilla. He's just there. He's alright. And then I feel like the girl had even less to do. She's just there to report on a couple of the destruction sequences.
Yeah. Yukari Yamane. She does have a cool scene with the Destroyer lava when there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
And this alien scene, you remember?
Yes. When she is in a car with this Destoroyah larvae and it is trying to get at her and it's ripping the car apart.
Yeah. Tears it into 2 shreds.
Okay, I take it back. That was a cool scene. She's alright. She's alright now. I wrote that. Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes of this movie. All the sequences with the little Destroyer larvae when we first see them, and she's reporting on this. I think it's is it an abandoned building complex?
Sure.
Or a mine?
No.
Or a railway station?
Maybe.
Or I don't know. It's some sort of abandoned building.
Keep naming buildings.
That all these Destoroyahs are running amok in.
Yeah.
And that looks so cool.
It's great. It feels a lot like the raptor scenes in the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Where the humans are just being hunted.
Yeah, this it's so cool. They look amazing too. Their suits, I don't know. Their suits, there's something about them. I think they emulate very well like that crustacean kind of texture.
That crustacean
You
texture.
know, when you think of
Yeah,
a
I know what you mean.
crustacean or a crab.
Very carapacey.
Yeah, they emulate carapace very well, but they're also creatively shown when they are originally like stalking the police or the army soldiers or whoever they're stalking in the movie.
Yeah.
You see just their legs move initially, or you see a tail across the banisters,
Yeah.
or you see just little like shapes and you hear noises. It's really cool. And then when they do jump into action, the camera work's awesome. We're like seeing it from the perspective of their legs. We're like on their legs as they're moving towards their victims.
I really like this because we haven't seen throughout the whole Godzilla series much use of smaller monsters, like human-sized monsters. Across this journey, we've had like humanoid aliens. The closest we could get are probably the Batmen
from Latitude
which
Zero.
aren't even Godzilla. Maybe the Meganulon.
Yeah,
the Meganulon would probably be the closest thing.
That just looks alien.
In the first Rodan movie.
Yeah.
But it gives this movie so much room to work with when you have both human-sized monsters.
Yeah.
When you have
the larvae.
You have like Godzilla-sized larvae who like climb all over him.
Which is called the like...
No, those are still larvae.
Oh, okay. Bigger larvae.
Then you have aggregate, which is bigger larvae with 2 spider legs.
Aggregate form, yeah.
Then you have a flying form as well.
Yeah.
Called the flying form. And then you have the final destroyer form, which also flies as well.
Perfect form. Destoroyah.
This is probably my favorite thing about Destroyer, is that...
Destoroyah.
Is that he just has so much creative potential for different scenarios and different abilities that he can do. Even the fact, like, there's this one scene near the end of the movie where spikes protrude from his chest and he just falls onto little Godzilla.
Yeah, it just stabs him.
Then he grabs little Godzilla and just flies away with him.
It's really clever as well, because I know with a lot of the movies we've seen so far, they have the central like monster conflict, like Godzilla versus X, right? But then they also have to add in some conflict to do with the humans. So it's like humans versus Hitman, or humans versus the Japanese mafia, or humans versus random rogue soldiers. But in this, it's literally humans versus Destoroyah. Godzilla versus Destoroyah. Everyone versing different forms of Destoroyah.
On all levels, everybody's facing the same threat.
Yeah, which is really cool.
And then Godzilla himself is a threat as well.
He is the threat in the end, yeah. It's very clever. This is a very clever movie.
Very clever, yeah.
Very cleverly created and produced, and I don't know. I'm just kind of blown away with how perfect of a story this was and how well they told it.
And even the final fight, like having the idea that Godzilla's gonna go nuclear, he's gonna destroy the world if he stays alive. If he dies, Destroyer's gonna be alive. Also terrible.
Yeah.
How the heck do you juggle these 2 giant threats at the same time while making sure that Tokyo doesn't get destroyed at the end of the day and Earth survives? Spoiler alert, Tokyo gets nuked like anything.
Tokyo is now a dead city. It is punishment for playing with nuclear power.
This is Professor Fukuzawa.
Yeah.
He creates the micro-oxygen in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I love that quote, man.
Tokyo is now a dead city.
Humans have toyed around with nuclear powers, and at the end, they can't have their cake and eat it too.
They've made too many Super X's.
They've made 3 Super X's. They've made 1 Mechagodzilla plus Garuda.
Garuda.
Plus Mogira.
Yes, plus Mecha King Ghidorah.
Plus me.
I guess that's humans from the future. Still counts.
Still counts. That's at least 7 different mechs.
Yeah, we have Super X3 in this, everyone. This is amazing. Michael, what do you think of Super X3? Huge movie moment.
I love the progression here. Throughout the series, we had Super X, which is this hovercraft.
Real sci-fi.
Super high sci-fi technology.
Yeah.
Crazy idea.
Yeah. 1984?
Yes. Yeah. Then you get to Super X2, which is still super crazy. They have this giant fire mirror to reflect beams back at it. They go to Super Mechagodzilla, a giant mech robot.
Yeah.
They push it forward with Mogira.
Yes.
An even better mech robot.
Yeah.
And then what do we get from there? We have
1995.
We have a fighter jet.
A fighter jet.
We have an airplane.
We have a fancy looking airplane that has a freezing beam, a freezing mesa laser on it.
I just love how the Defense Force in this is like, we've already created amazing things.
Yeah.
We have to dial it back a bit. We've gotten too good at this.
Yeah. Is there there's another character that you haven't mentioned, Another...
Yeah, so we have Miki in this movie.
Yeah, Miki and her psychic sidekick.
Miki Seigusa, and she's looking for Godzilla Jr. this whole movie.
Yeah.
But we also have Miru Ozawa, who is, like you said, another psychic. She's another girl who's been brought up in the Psychic Institute that she started.
Yeah, I think so. And she's working for G-Force now?
She's working for G-Force now. And
she's going to get the job done. Miki's not out there looking for little Godzilla. Miki doesn't want to lead little Godzilla into danger.
She could do it by herself.
Yeah, this girl, she's going and doing it.
She don't need no help. I wish we saw more of her in this.
Yeah.
Because you see scenes of her and Miki, and they play off of each other and riff off of each other quite a lot. It's cool to see.
Yeah, it was good. I guess the last big thing that we haven't really talked about is little Godzilla, who is now called Godzilla Jr.
Perfect Godzilla.
He's the perfect Godzilla. Did you just say that?
That's what they say in the movie.
Did they?
They say he's the perfect Godzilla. Let's call him Godzilla Jr.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah, he's just this sleeker, skinnier, smaller Godzilla who is green.
Let's pick some adjectives to talk about Godzilla Jr. I want to say rat-like. He's very ratty.
Is that an adjective?
Yeah, ratty.
Saying a noun and then hyphen like. Is that an adjective?
Ratty?
He's very ratty.
You pick a word?
He's very feline?
Yeah, nice. He's very runty.
He is very sleek.
Yeah, it's good. I feel like we've chosen all the words that we need to describe him.
He's got like a small head.
He is not as thick.
No.
With a double C as Godzilla is.
Oh, do you see Godzilla's legs in this movie?
This boy does not have those thighs. Godzilla has those thighs.
Did you see them?
His kneecaps are gonna collapse under his weight.
Did you? Oh, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like the nuke in Godzilla. Forget about that. The force,
the real threat,
the impact he's gonna make if his knees buckle under him with those thighs. But yeah, little Godzilla's now Godzilla Jr. He's missing during the start of this. Then Miki finds him, and then G-Force decide to lead him to Destoroyah to lure Godzilla to fight Destoroyah.
Yeah, they find out that Godzilla's following in Godzilla Jr.'s footsteps. Yeah. And if they bring Godzilla Jr. to Destoroyah and use him as bait, which Miki doesn't want to do, a lot of people don't want to do, but our main Yamane man wants to do.
Yeah.
Because he wants to get the job done. It's a very sad moment.
Godzilla Jr. gets owned.
Yeah.
He fights back a little bit. He's got like his proper atomic breath now.
Like he does better than Manila. He's doing well. He is officially a radiated dinosaur, just like Godzilla was.
Yeah. And he has a decent fight with Destoroyah. But then he gets picked up and just dropped from immense heights, and just this is the biggest explosion I've ever seen as he just goes still, which is sad. And you have Miki like standing in front of this lifeless Godzilla Jr.
Yeah, Miki and her partner are in a helicopter for a lot of the scene. They get out, they run to him. I wanna call it out here. This is the only Godzilla movie where I've teared up.
Whoa.
Miki was crying over Godzilla Jr., and I was right there with her. My eyes started welling up.
Hey. Yeah.
It's emotional. This is what happens when you have continuity.
That's good. I love Miki.
Miki's so... You said something about Godzilla Jr.
Yeah.
as well when we were watching this.
Yeah.
That I think is important to say.
Yes. I can't remember what it was. What did I say about Godzilla Jr.?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
You said... Because we've seen all 3 Godzilla Juniors now.
Yeah.
Little Godzilla, Baby Godzilla, Godzilla Jr.
Baby Godzilla, Little Godzilla, Godzilla Jr. Yes.
You
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I might be crazy. But for some reason, it doesn't sit right with me that Baby Godzilla, who is this already Godzilla-like small dinosaur.
Baby is his first appearance.
Yeah, in Mechagodzilla 2. Then turns into Little Godzilla, who is this pudgy, chibi-like...
straight out of
Godziban Manila clone. And then it turns back to being like this sleek Godzilla-like design.
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon they should have started with a real small Little Godzilla.
Yeah, have him hatch out of the egg looking real cute.
Yeah, and then he turns into Baby Godzilla, but bigger size. And then he turns into Godzilla Jr.
I think you could even have Baby Godzilla looking like Little Godzilla.
Yes.
This is so hard to think about.
Yeah.
Have him like Mandalorian Baby Yoda Grogu type character.
That small.
That small, maybe a little bigger.
Wow.
I say you could even keep him as the original Baby Godzilla size for the next movie.
Wow.
And then he gets nuked. And turns huge.
Hey, I actually like that. That's real good. So, let me get this straight.
No, because you forget that little Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla doesn't have any radiation with him. He's supposed to be a normal dinosaur, right?
Well, yeah, well, he's been hanging around Godzilla.
And Rodan, I guess.
And he's been on that radioactive island. He's allowed to be bigger than usual. But, yeah, no, that, I don't know. That's always seemed weird to me, the way that his look progresses. We should mention as well, Destoroyah looks awesome. He's big, crustacean-like. He's like from some sort of prehistoric crab. But he's got huge wings, claws, the spiky tail. He's got like a unicorn horn.
He's a demon bat.
He's a demon crab bat.
Have you seen... It's going to be a deep cut. Have you seen Demon Cop?
Mike, you know I've seen Demon Cop, and you know probably only 10 other people on the face of the planet have watched the hit movie Demon Cop, the trashiest film of all time.
I just looked up the picture.
I'm going to need to cut this out. No one's going to know what
Demon Cop is.
Forget
about this. Forget about this. I was about to say that he looks like Demon Cop. I googled Demon Cop. He looks nothing like Demon Cop. I've made Demon Cop really cool in my mind for no reason whatsoever.
Demon Cop. Great movie. Great movie.
He looks like a demon bat. I love how he looks.
Yeah, he looks really, really cool. This whole movie just has this kind of metal look to it, you know, like metal. Like just crazy. Everything's on fire. Everything's exploding. The scenes when Burning Godzilla is just walking in the city at night, complete blackness behind him as smoke's just billowing into the sky. He hasn't looked better.
No.
The visuals throughout this whole movie, the dark tone throughout the whole thing, I really liked it.
As well, this is like the most dangerous he's ever been.
Yeah.
I love that they made Godzilla a threat once again. And he doesn't even have to destroy buildings.
Yeah.
He just walks around and he's immediately the most dangerous point he's ever been.
Yeah. And yeah, it's huge alien vibes throughout, even with the Destoroyah larvae. He's having the exact same mouth as the xenomorphs do. And
little tiny mouth that bites into Godzilla Jr.'s chest.
Yeah. Oh, the amount of blood that splurts out of Godzilla's chest.
It's not bad for him.
Godzilla Jr.'s chest. The amount of green blood that just splurts from Destoroyah later on in the movie.
There's a lot.
But this whole thing made me... I do wish they just leaned a little bit more into those horror tones.
If there was a movie to do that in, this would be it.
There were scenes that were great, but they could have reached greatness. And it made me
There were
like,
scenes that were great, but they could have reached greatness.
they could have reached another level of
An
greatness.
upper echelon.
Yeah,
of
they could have
greatness.
leveled up. But maybe it's just me watching a whole lot of like John Woo films recently and being like, hey, I saw little bits that could turn into that. You know John Woo, Hard Boiled, Mission Impossible 2. Imagine like full on action.
I've seen Mission Impossible too.
Blood, John Woo, Godzilla Destoroyah movie. Crazy.
I will say,
Yes.
I love that they kept the theme of having some enemies be so much bigger than Godzilla. Started with Biollante,
Yeah.
now we're here. The final fight
Mm-hmm.
between Godzilla and Destroyer is so epic. This might be my favorite fight. I think this is so many people's favorite fight across all of Godzilla. Because Godzilla's like the little guy here.
Yeah. He's getting picked up and thrown around.
Yeah. Godzilla Jr. has been killed.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla's out here and he's just using his claws to slash away at Destroyer.
Yeah.
Their beams are crazy. And this movie goes in such a crazy direction where Godzilla starts melting down and like destroying himself halfway through the battle with Destroyer.
How about when he sends like a beam towards Destoroyah and just shatters half of Destroyer's face? It just
so good.
explodes.
Let's just say Godzilla's health progressively declines through this fight.
Yeah, like every Heisei movie, we've had beams versus beams. How can we put it to the next level, the next upper echelon of greatness, guys? Let's make him progressively melt and both of them progressively blow up and lose pieces of their body as the lasers hit each other.
And this is so good because from the human's perspective, I think it's on the Super X3. They have like a temperature gauge of Godzilla's body heat.
Yeah.
I think it's such a smart decision in this movie. We know that like his cutoff is once he reaches 1200 Celsius.
Yeah.
That's when things are going to go nasty and we can't go back from that. And so we see it slowly creeping up towards that number and Godzilla's dorsal plates are just melting.
Yep.
He's like cracking his body. Like there's ashen parts all over him.
Lava seeping out.
And it culminates in this final moment where Godzilla has destroyed Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've got these freezing mesa cannons out who are trying to cool him down. They know that he's going nuclear. They can't stop that. They have to damage control at this point.
Yeah.
This scene, Jasha. This scene where Godzilla's blowing up. He's on fire. The whole screen is white.
Yeah.
We flash to the humans who are seeing nothing but white. And then we see Godzilla's flesh start to melt off.
Yeah.
And we see Godzilla's skeleton roaring in the middle of the fire.
Yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great. The whole battle's great. I love as well how Destoroyah like changes forms multiple times. There's one point when he even goes back to those little larvae forms and they all climb on top of Godzilla. Then he's back to his perfect form and then he's flying and then he's just gone. Just dissolves to nothing when Godzilla explodes.
Even forgetting the fact that this is a Godzilla movie, I think this is one of the coolest fights and coolest battles in all of cinema even.
Coolest death scenes. Coolest death for any character ever. Are we saying that?
Dude, it's the most metal death for sure.
Yeah.
He takes it in stride.
Yeah.
There is I think we mentioned it on the Discord months and months ago, but there is a proper figure you can get of the half skeleton Godzilla being melted away.
Oh, it's so cool.
I'm going to hunt this down because it is.
Yeah, it's so cool. I'll go through a couple more of my notes here before we wrap things up. Did you catch those Destroyer larvae that were completely CGI?
In like the one scene.
Yeah.
Right? In like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I did. It's real weird to see CGI monsters at this point.
A Godzilla monster in complete CG. Random.
They're doing stuff. They're trying out CGI here.
It's 1995, and it looks as good as anything in The Flash. So, you know.
Like the TV show or the new movie?
Both. Both.
There's the scene as well where they're freezing Godzilla halfway through the movie. This is before his battle with Destroyer. And they use some of that Terminator morphing technology to morph him into a frozen version of himself.
Yeah. Yeah. When Miki at the end says, "My mission is finally ended," when Godzilla dies, and she's just looking real sad.
This is after Godzilla Jr. has died, eh?
Yeah, both Godzillas are dead. I that's when I started tearing up a little bit because I'm like, Miki's been through so much and has been so connected to Godzilla and little Godzilla.
Because she's been the one person consistently who has tried to
Keep him alive.
keep not only Godzilla Jr. alive,
Yeah.
but has almost understood Godzilla more so than anybody else.
Yeah.
We flash back to those moments in Mechagodzilla 2 where she's like feeling so guilty for using her psychic abilities to try and defeat him.
Yeah.
She's had such a cool story arc through these movies.
Yeah, I loved having some continuity. It added some much needed like stakes, and I don't know, it just added something to the franchise that was missing from a lot of the other ones. Lastly, something that really stuck out to me that I loved was they reused a whole lot of the score from the original movie, or there was a lot of Akira Ifukube's score in this,
Yes.
and it was used very emotionally.
Yeah.
And when they were talking about like the oxygen destroyers, and it was flashing back to the scenes from the original, or when Godzilla's just burning, it's such again, it just, you can't watch it and not think about the original movie, and you can't watch it and not feel a little bit of emotion welling up inside of you, which I loved.
Yeah, this movie tries to hit a lot of those same beats that the 54 movie did. And after the credits roll, or while the credits are rolling, they have this little montage of all of these shots of Heisei Godzilla throughout the journey. But then as well as that, they have shots from the 54 movie.
Yeah.
And it sets this real solid picture of the journey that we've had across these movies and the whole life cycle of this Godzilla. It's really cool to see. It's really cool to see. And on the topic of music, there's one moment where this is like when they thought Destroyer has died, and then Godzilla goes over to Godzilla Jr.'s body, and then Destroyer like rises from the flames.
Yeah.
And there's this, I don't know what it was, there was this music in the background that
Certain
made
cue.
something well up inside of me. Made me feel like Spider-Man 2099 was going to come out and attack me.
That Destoroyah shot when he's in his perfect form and the smoke and haze is going away from him, and you just see him standing there against the darkness.
Yeah.
Oh man. And we should mention just lastly, Godzilla Jr. survives. Last shot is the smoke fading and the aftermath of Godzilla dying and exploding and leaving Tokyo as a dead city. And then we see a Godzilla still standing, who it looks like he's bigger, and we see a Godzilla still standing. And I can only assume it's Godzilla Jr. He is bigger and thicker now.
It's a little ambiguous.
Yeah.
Either Godzilla has risen from the ashes, just like Rodan, or Godzilla Jr. has risen from the dead. Because Godzilla does this weird thing where he like breathes atomic energy into his mouth.
Yeah.
Good old Godzilla CPR.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but I love the thought of it being like Godzilla's, maybe some of the energy from that nuclear blast jump-started Junior's heart and gave him more radiation.
Yeah.
To turn him into the new Godzilla. I like that idea.
Good. I like that idea. And we've mentioned it in a previous episode.
Yeah.
The Godzilla versus Gigan Rex.
Yes.
Short.
Animated short film. I think is now official.
It's like 6 minutes long. It's not super long at all.
Yeah.
But it's on the Toho YouTube channel, and it's been fully endorsed by Toho.
Yeah.
We mentioned it in a previous episode, but this opens with a mirrored version of the final shot of this movie
With Miki speaking over it.
with a Miki voiceover
Yeah.
and a Godzilla in the haze roaring around, and it looks exactly like that final shot in this movie.
Yeah. So
the insinuation, Jasha,
yeah.
is that we have baby Godzilla, little Godzilla, Godzilla Jr., who then grows up after death, is reborn through Godzilla's nuclear blast,
Yeah.
and becomes the Godzilla that we see in this Gigan Rex short,
Yeah. It is pretty cool. It's a cool little addition.
who looks a lot like the Snow Godzilla variant from that one movie that we didn't cover on Patreon because people wanted to watch Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School.
Okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves. I've got some trivia here. Let's get into trivia. This movie was marketed, as we all know, as the kind of grand finale of the Godzilla Heisei series.
Yes.
They're going to go out big with this movie. Godzilla Dies, right?
Yeah.
But even though they marketed it that way, Toho didn't give much money or time for the production of the film.
Are you serious?
The special effects director, only had 6 weeks to create all the different scale miniatures and buildings. And the whole post-production on the whole movie was only 3 weeks long to assemble everything and put it together.
Gosh, that's nothing.
Yeah. So there were some shots that were edited into the film in spite of them being finished. So there's a Hong Kong attack at the very start of this movie when Burning Godzilla is going through Hong Kong.
Mm.
There's footage of panicking people that has been inserted throughout that shot. And you can see apparently just unconcerned people and normal people just like in the foreground when Godzilla's
That's great.
rampaging in the background.
This has happened. This is multiple times before. They're used to it by now.
And I am just probably reading this now. This didn't even click before, but there is a brief shot where Bandai figures of Destoroyah are used in the movie.
Wait
Bandai?
a second. So you're telling me that before this movie came out,
Yes,
there were Bandai figures made to market this movie.
potentially.
And before this movie was released, Toho said, hey, let's steal some of those figures and pop them in here. What would they use them for?
I don't know.
Like stand-ins and shots?
I'm wondering, were those the CG, the Destroyer things that I thought were CG? Were they just like plastic, badly animated Bandai figures?
Because in that same shot, you have these really badly green screen comped Destroyer larvae. Maybe the larvae were the figures.
Yeah, regardless, it just blows my mind that they like had to.
They were so crunched for
They
time.
had 3 weeks to put this whole thing together. It's crazy. Crazy. This movie as well was the final film that absolute legend Akira Ifukube did a score for. So he's composed so many of these movies. We've listened to his music so much on Godzilla throughout this whole journey. And he officially retired following this film's release. And then he sadly passed away in 2006. So this was his last movie he composed the score for. And I just loved the music that he made for this movie.
Yeah, props to him. He chose the perfect movie to go out on a blast.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I should mention as well, this was a big end for a lot of people involved with the Godzilla franchise, because producer and creator of Godzilla, Tomoyuki Tanaka, who again created Godzilla, came up with the idea, produced pretty much all these movies, I'm pretty sure. This was the last film that he was credited on. So he's known as the founding father of the Godzilla series, even though we had like Ishiro Honda and Jun Fukuda directing movies back in the day, even though we had E.G. Tsuburaya doing the special effects. This guy was always behind the scenes, coming up with stories and producing the series and keeping it so alive and the franchise ongoing. Yeah, this is the last one he was credited on, and going forward, there is a new producer, I think his name's Shogo Tomiyama, who took up his role as a successor for the Godzilla Millennium series coming up. So, no more Tomoyuki Tanaka, no more Akira Ifukube, no more Heisei era. until the 2000s or the late 90s.
That's going to be so interesting seeing like the baton of Godzilla being passed to a fully new generation with, I want to say, next to no connections, it sounds like, to the previous era.
Yeah. I do think we have a couple of directors coming back, but yeah, we'll see. I should mention as well that this was directed by, I didn't even say this, Takeo Okawara, who also directed
Godzilla 2000 Millennium and Godzilla vs. Mothra.
Yeah.
And Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2.
Yeah, there you go. He directed Godzilla vs. Mothra, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, this movie, and then he returns. He's the one who returns for the first Millennium film. So, you know, we do have... He's returning for the Millennium
Good
series,
stuff.
at least. But that's all I have. Let's just have some final thoughts. See how many oxygen destroyers we give this bad boy.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me, Jasha. This is my favorite Godzilla movie.
Whoa.
Like, Godzilla in this movie is the best he's ever been for me. I love it. All the battle scenes are so good. The plot they've made surrounding him is so compelling.
Yeah.
Even knowing that he's going to die, it kept me on the edge of the seat till the end. The thing that let this down for me is the human side of the story, where it's so cool having these connections to these old characters, like you said, the Yamane family brought back again, but they don't really do much.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same time, you have like these really cool connections with little Godzilla, Godzilla Jr. in the movie, and Miki. There are so many compelling pieces to this movie. Like, I feel like this would be a 5 out of 5, but it's just let down a little bit by the human side of things.
I know.
And maybe the fighter jet of the Super X3.
The Super X3 was a big letdown for you?
Yeah, it was. Give me Mechagodzilla 2.0.
Imagine if
Mogira 2.0.
Imagine Mechagodzilla and Mogira flying in at the last scene of the movie.
I love how they mentioned that they like spent all of next year's budget on the Super X3. Yeah, that's good. All that to say, if the human side of the story were better, this would be an easy 5 out of 5 for me. I'm going to give it 4.5 oxygen destroyers. But that being said, I think this is by far the best Heisei Godzilla movie.
Whoa.
Is that a divisive thing to say?
No, you know what? I am with you on all of that. This movie looks amazing. Godzilla looks incredible. Godzilla Jr. looks so good. Destoroyah is, I was just going to say it, maybe like the best designed Godzilla villain.
Ooh.
I love the way this guy looks and how he's used and the effect that all his forms are used to in this movie. Everything in this is so heartfelt. And it's so like emotional at the end, and the way that they bring up and swell up feelings for Miki and for Godzilla and for the original movie.
And the fact that they did all of that with such a time crunch as well.
Yeah.
I think it goes to show just how much this movie's and the whole Heisei era meant to the people creating it.
Yeah, it is a perfect love letter to like send off this character. Again, just the whole thing that they made Godzilla this nuke at the end and brought back the oxygen destroyer in the form of a monster. It's just the perfect, most creative like conclusion to this whole saga. So many of the movies that we've watched, the plots have kind of been, hey, Godzilla and this monster and this other thing going on with the government. Whereas this is really cool. Like, some of the stuff that happened in the original movie have caused things to happen in this one. Characters have like baggage and have been affected by things. And there's this real sense of terror as well. Like, we probably haven't gotten a lot of these other Heisei movies. In the original 1954, it's so scary. And all the humans in that movie are just like, hey, it's the end of the world. There's no way we're going to survive this. It's so dreadful, so depressing almost. And you get to the end of this movie when they're just like, whoa.
This is one of the only other movies where Godzilla is seen as this like impending, almost inevitable doom.
Yeah, the world's gonna end. We're having to sacrifice Godzilla Jr., who he's dead now. Godzilla's gonna melt down. Yeah, I love so much of this movie, and then we get to the like random shoehorned in human people.
It's sad to say that they're shoehorned in as well.
I really wish that
Because it's a cool idea.
they even just needed those scenes with Emiko from the original movie, like her being like, "Whoa," like watching the TV, like realizing that the oxygen destroyer is back in some capacity. They just needed that. They didn't really need the other Yamane connection if they weren't going to do anything with it. They could have really like pulled on the heartstrings with that and made that an emotional center point for the movie, but they chose not to for some reason. I love Miki. I wish that this focused on her. Imagine if this was like a Miki story.
Imagine if she was the protagonist in the end.
Why is she still a side character in this final movie? If they had made it focusing on her, and maybe she needs to go and meet with Emiko, and maybe she needs to bring this whole thing together, that would have been great. So yeah, I've got some gripes with the characters, but I'm going to give this one 4 oxygen destroyers and half a vial of micro oxygen.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I like it.
4.5 out of 5 for Godzilla versus Destoroyah.
You mentioned how they shoehorn in some characters. How did you feel about Yamato Takaru showing up in your Godzilla movie?
The
Once
actor,
again.
the actor for Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon, and our main
The actor of the protagonist in Mechagodzilla 2,
Pteranodon fan.
Pteranodon fan, showing up again, piloting the X3. Different character, acting like nothing's happened.
I liked him. He was real serious in this. Italia only in for like a day of shooting, just on this Super X3 cockpit. And yeah, he did well.
He was more memorable than the Yamane college kid.
Exactly. Wow. The end of Godzilla's Heisei era. This is big.
Whew.
We will do a wrap up, guys, on like the whole Heisei era as a whole when we finish the Heisei era, because we've still got some movies coming up that still fall in the era itself. So I'm looking forward to breaking that down, going through the highs, the lows, our favorite bits and pieces. But some of you sent in your thoughts on Godzilla versus Destoroyah, so let's get to those. First up, we got one here from Liam. And Liam says, Heisei has had its ups and downs, but receives the greatest conclusion you could ask for. Everything comes full circle when Godzilla triumphs over the living incarnation of the only weapon to have killed him, while the military aids him and lands the final blow. It has a great plot, and Emiko's return to repeat Serizawa's message is greatly appreciated. Finally, Junior becoming a new Godzilla shows that the King of the Monsters is never gone. An incredible finale, 4.44 out of 5.
Whoa, I like that. It's rounded to a decimal point, but it's a recurring. Maybe? I like it. Next up, we have one from David from the Discord. This is a special movie and it shows. It's not flawless. There's 1 or 2 scenes where the special effects don't hold up, but otherwise it's masterful. It's intense, both exciting and heartbreaking at the same time, and with an enemy like nothing we've ever seen before or since. That moment where Godzilla marches towards the looming destroyer as the Ifukube theme plays following Junior's murder, headed for his final battle, it gives me chills every time. A lot of chills in this movie.
Yeah, it's a really exciting movie that never lets up, especially when you get like an hour into it. Like, it's kind of like Space Godzilla in that way, that the whole end is just like
one huge sequence,
huge
non-stop
fight that just keeps escalating. Yeah, next up we got a letterboxd review here from good friend of the show, Brandon Ulrich, and he says, I have been turned out. Godzilla was going through it in this one. When I saw the first Super X3 sequence, I felt like I was 12 and playing Metal Gear Solid for the first time again. I wouldn't say that the Destoroyah design is one of my favorites, but it is menacing and its progression is so well done. Reminded me of Frieza in Dragon Ball Z in a way. Godzilla looks A+++ throughout this. Junior's design is perfect as well, and its echoes of the 1954 original monster are both a beautiful callback and emotionally affecting. Burning Godzilla rampaging through neon-lit Hong Kong at night is one of my favorite sequences of both eras that I've seen so far. And Brandon gives it a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. Those night sequences, the way that Hong Kong looks, the way that Godzilla looks as he's just emitting all the smoke and light. I love it too.
So good. And lastly, we have a letterbox review from Morshu. Explosions, callbacks to the original Godzilla film, an epic enemy, 2 Godzillas, and a simp for Miki. This movie has Is he talking about himself? This movie has everything. This movie doesn't shy away from making you more emotionally unstable than after watching Toy Story 3. The characters are well drawn out considering this was supposed to be the final Godzilla film, as well as the fight scenes between the monsters. Also, shout out to the opening scenes of the movie in Hong Kong, where the footage of people aren't reacting to Godzilla rampaging and just going about their day. 4.5 out of 5. A lot of 4.5-ish.
Or 4.44s. We're very... Yeah, it seems like everyone loves this film, but does admit that there are a few shortcomings.
I'm curious as well. If I go onto Letterboxd, what is the average rating for this movie?
True.
3.7. Huh.
Nearly 4 out of 5. Wow.
Most of them are around that 4 mark, though, which is good to see.
Yeah. I completely forgot. We're slacking nowadays. Poster review.
Poster review!
Look at this poster for Godzilla vs. Destoroyah.
Oh my gosh!
You have Destoroyah that looks crazier than anything he looks like in the movie.
He looks like a proper xenomorph there. He's smooth-skinned.
Blood dripping from his mouth. Huge tail. And you've got Junior over him and then Godzilla at the top.
I love how Junior is at the heart of Godzilla, just like Junior is at the heart of this movie. That's a design I'd get on a hoodie. Just like that. Instant buy.
This is probably my favorite Heisei era poster. I just love... I mean, my favorite color is red. And I just love the use of red and orange on this poster.
Why is your favorite color red, Jasha?
I don't know.
Is it because of Mario? Is it because of Spider-Man?
You know, it's going to sound very messed up.
It's because it's blood, isn't it?
It's because it's the color of blood. And when I was a kid...
Go on. Please finish this.
I grew up with movies like Godzilla. And I loved that kind of
How old of a kid are we talking? Because I'm picturing a 5-year-old Jasha.
No, I used to draw a lot of dinosaurs. I used to be a big doodler. I used to
big dino head.
Big dino head. I used to write books and make comics that I would pass around my class. I used to write dinosaur comics, and I just used to every scene with a T-Rex in it. He'll just be bleeding from his mouth, have blood dripping from his mouth and blood dripping from his claws. And I was like, yo, I love the look of blood. It makes things menacing and scary and I don't know.
I'm glad this poster reminded you of those feelings.
And then I'm to the point now when I'm currently wearing Friday the 13th socks, drinking out of my Friday the 13th mug.
It's a bit of a correlation there. If you're
obsessed with horror movies. Anyway, we got to wrap this bad boy up. We got to set off an oxygen destroyer.
Yeah, we've got places to be.
We got places to go. We have a very exciting couple months coming up ahead of us, guys. We are not done the Heisei era yet because we've got a little trilogy of films about Mothra.
Mothra?
Mothra. I'm very excited to watch the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy, and we are going to have a different guest on to cover each of the 3 movies. We won't tell you who we're going to have for each of those yet. Keep an eye on our socials to see the lineup. Podzilla Pod on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. But our first guest, we will let you know, it is Ron Jimenez himself from The Real Latinos.
Ooh, you may have heard him on this podcast from our special bonus the Pacific Rim episode that we did.
Yeah.
With both Ron and Ismail.
Yeah. So Ron is back to probably cover a Godzilla, or I guess Godzilla adjacent film.
This is more adjacent than most of the other adjacent movies we've done, to be fair.
Yeah, but Ron's on in 2 weeks' time. The little synopsis for Rebirth of Mothra goes, war in order to protect. A new Mothra takes to the air and battles against Desi Ghidorah to save all of humanity.
You said Desi Ghidorah?
Yeah.
Is it not Des Ghidorah?
It is Des Ghidorah.
I've seen this unit in Battle Line. I've never known how to say his name.
So it's going to be Destoroyah all over again.
Destoroyah. Who knows, man?
Did we? Yeah.
I'm still calling him Destroyer. That's who he is.
He's Destoroyah. Officially. Podzilla endorses Destoroyah.
No, half of Podzilla. Illa may endorse Destoroyah, but Pods endorses Destroyer.
Anyway, we'll see you guys. And we'll be with Ron in 2 weeks' time. See you then. That's been Podzilla with your hosts, Jasha
and Micah Drake. Follow along on our socials at PodzillaPod and jump into our Discord via the link in the show notes.
Huge thank you to Cassie Celine, who did our podcast art, and Degora9898, who did our episode thumbnail.
Let's go. And just a disclaimer that any musical sound effects used in this episode belong entirely to the Toho Company. See you guys next episode.